What if I told you that every single time you try to save money, your brain is secretly fighting against you? Not because you're lazy, not because you lack discipline, and definitely not because you're bad with numbers, but because your brain, the same brain that kept your ancestors alive for 200,000 years, is literally biologically wired to destroy your savings account. I know that sounds dramatic, but stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to look at your bank account in a completely different way. And once you understand what's actually happening inside your head, you'll finally be able to do something about it. My name is Mimi, and welcome to NeuroWealth, where we decode the science behind why we do what we do with money so you can stop fighting your brain and start working with it instead. Let's start at the very beginning, and I mean the very beginning, about 200,000 years ago. Picture this. You're a prehistoric human. You wake up every morning with one single goal: survive today. There is no tomorrow in your brain's vocabulary. There is no retirement plan. There is no savings account. There is only find food now, stay warm now, avoid danger now. And your brain, your incredible, powerful, ancient brain, became incredibly good at one thing: prioritizing immediate rewards over future ones. If you found berries, you ate them. All of them. Right now. Because if you saved them for later, someone or something might take them. You could die before morning. Saving was not a survival strategy. Spending was. Now fast forward 200,000 years. You're sitting in your apartment, scrolling through your phone. Your biology hasn't changed. Your brain is still running the exact same software. The same ancient code that said consume now, survive now is still running in the background every single day. So when you see a sale on shoes you don't need, your ancient brain doesn't think I should save this money for my emergency fund. It thinks, take it, now, before it's gone. And here's the part that most financial advice completely ignores. This is not a character flaw. This is not a willpower problem. This is evolution. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It's just doing it in a world that looks completely different from the one it was built for. Think about it. Every financial system around us, credit cards, buy now, pay later apps, subscription services, they were all designed by neuroscientists and behavioral economists who understand this. They know your brain is wired for now, and they use that against you every single day. But here's the good news. Understanding this is the first step to breaking free from it, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. So your brain has one ancient mission: instant reward equals survival. And when instant reward is available, your brain will fight hard to get it, no matter what your logical, responsible adult brain says. That's trap number one, and it's been running in your head your entire life. Now let's talk about the chemical that makes all of this 10 times worse: dopamine. You've probably heard of it. Most people think dopamine is the happiness chemical, but that's not quite right. And the truth is far more interesting and far more dangerous for your wallet. Dopamine is not about happiness. Dopamine is about anticipation. Neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz discovered this in the 1990s. When monkeys received an unexpected reward, a piece of food, their dopamine levels spiked. But here's what blew everyone's minds. Over time, the dopamine spike stopped happening when the food arrived. Instead, it started happening when the monkeys heard the signal that food was coming. In other words, your brain releases dopamine before the reward, not after. It's the chase, not the catch, that lights your brain up. Now think about what happens when you open a shopping app. You see something you want. Your brain floods with dopamine, not because you bought it, but because you might buy it. The scroll, the browse, the add to cart. Each one is a little hit of dopamine, a little spark of anticipation. And then you buy the thing, and within hours, maybe days, the dopamine is gone. The excitement fades, the thrill disappears, and you're left with a receipt and a slightly emptier bank account, wondering why you feel sort of flat. This is what researchers call the dopamine loop. And it explains why budgeting is so incredibly hard for most people. When you budget, you're telling your brain, no more dopamine hits from shopping. No more scroll and browse, no more anticipation, and your ancient dopamine-hungry brain hears that as no more rewards, which feels on a chemical level like a threat. So your brain throws a tantrum. It craves the stimulus. It whispers to you, just this once, it's on sale, you deserve it, you worked hard today. And those whispers feel so logical, so reasonable, because your brain is incredibly good at justifying what it wants. That's why most people don't fail at budgeting because they're not trying hard enough. They fail because they're trying to fight dopamine with willpower, and dopamine almost always wins. But here's the key insight. And write this down if you can. Dopamine doesn't care if the thing you're anticipating is good for you or bad for you. It just responds to novelty, anticipation, and reward signals. That means you can hack it, you can redirect it, and that's coming up in part 4. So stay with me. By now you might be thinking, okay, Mimi, I get it. My brain is ancient and dopamine is powerful, but why can't I just decide to be better? Why does saving feel so genuinely hard even when I really want to do it? And this is where we get to the third piece of the puzzle, and it's the one that most financial gurus completely miss, because they tell you the problem is income, or discipline, or that you just need to want it badly enough. But science tells us something very different. The real reason you can't save has nothing to do with how much money you make. It has to do with timing of reward. Here's the psychology. When you spend money right now, your brain registers a reward right now. Immediate, clear, satisfying. The dopamine hits, the pleasure registers, done. But when you save money, the reward doesn't come for months, years, decades. Your future self, the one who will benefit from your savings, feels like a completely different person to your brain. Neuroscientists have actually proven this using brain scans. When people think about their future selves, the same regions light up as when they think about a stranger. Let me say that again. When you think about future you, the version of yourself who will have the savings, the financial security, the options, your brain doesn't treat that person as you, it treats them as someone else, a stranger. So when your present brain is deciding whether to save or spend, it's not really choosing between your interests and your interests. It's choosing between your interests and a stranger's. And of course, it chooses you. Every time. This is called hyperbolic discounting, and it's one of the most powerful forces in behavioral economics. The further away a reward is in time, the less your brain values it, even if logically you know it's worth more. $100 today feels more valuable than $120 next year, even though mathematically you're richer if you wait. Your brain doesn't do that math. It does feelings, and the feeling of now always beats the feeling of later. So when someone tells you, just have more discipline, they're asking you to override 200,000 years of evolution, a powerful neurochemical called dopamine, and a cognitive bias baked into the structure of your prefrontal cortex. No wonder it's hard. But, and this is the part that matters, none of this means you're stuck. Here's what most people get wrong about fixing their money habits. They think the solution is motivation. They watch videos like this one, get inspired, open a savings account, and then 3 weeks later, they're right back where they started. That's because motivation is temporary. Your brain chemistry is permanent. So you don't fix the problem with motivation. You fix it by redesigning your environment so your ancient brain doesn't have to fight every single day. Here's what that actually looks like. Number 1, save before you see the money. This is the single most powerful thing you can do. Set up an automatic transfer. The moment your paycheck lands, a percentage goes straight to savings, before you can spend it, before your brain can feel it, before dopamine can get involved. Pay yourself first is not just a catchy phrase. It's a neuroscience strategy. If the money never appears in your spending account, your brain never registers it as available. Out of sight, out of temptation. Number 2, make saving visible and rewarding. Remember, your brain responds to anticipation and progress, so you need to make saving feel like a dopamine trigger too. Use a savings app with a progress bar. Give your savings account a name. Mimi's Freedom Fund or Vacation 2025, something that creates anticipation. Watch the number go up. Let that become the reward. You're not cutting off dopamine, you're redirecting it. Number 3, remove friction from saving and add friction to spending. Delete the shopping apps from your phone's home screen. Remove your card details from autofill on shopping websites. Make yourself wait 48 hours before any unplanned purchase. These aren't punishments, they're pattern interrupts. When your brain can't get its dopamine hit instantly, the urge often fades within minutes. You're not fighting your impulses, you're just making them work a little harder to reach you. And number 4, this one is subtle but powerful. Start seeing yourself as someone who is wealthy, not someone trying to be wealthy, someone who already is. Research by psychologist Wendy Wood shows that habits stick when they align with identity. When "I save because I'm a financially responsible person" replaces "I'm trying to save more," the behavior becomes automatic. It's no longer a battle. It's just who you are. You don't fix behavior through willpower. You redesign the environment and the identity. And behavior follows naturally. So let's bring this all together. Your brain is not broken. It's not failing you. It's running ancient survival software in a modern financial world. It was built to take rewards now, chase dopamine, and treat future you like a stranger. And once you understand that, really understand it, you stop blaming yourself. And you start building systems instead. Auto-save before you see the money. Make saving feel like winning. Remove the triggers. Build the identity. Now here's the part that might keep you up tonight. If your brain is wired this way with money, it's also wired this way with food, with relationships, with social media, with every area of your life where you choose now over later. In my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how billion-dollar companies study your brain and use everything we talked about today to make you spend money without even realizing it. It's called neuromarketing. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to NeuroWealth because every week we're going deeper into the science of how your mind shapes your money. I'm Mimi, and I'll see you in the next one.